Canada's economic outcome for 2023 looks really good, and I'm going to prove it to you. Canada is always going to be a good country to live in and a country that is going to make a lot of money. And I'm going to prove it to you in a few different ways. First of all, let's talk about manufacturing. Canada is surprisingly a big manufacturer. A lot of the manufacturing is in the aerospace and car section. For the cars, we either produce cars completely on themselves or car parts. Those go mainly to the United States. So as long as there is good business going in America, we are making a lot of money as well. Next, and this one is a really big one for Canada, natural resources. First, let's talk about the ones for food. So we are talking about producing lentils, corn, wheat, which is huge and important, but also livestock. Now, as you probably already heard this year and last year, what happened with the Ukraine crisis, and not only Ukraine, we have some issues in Africa, in Asia. It always happens around the world, right? But that means food prices are going up, food is going to be more expensive, but it also means, on the other hand, food producing countries that do not have any conflicts, like Canada, are increasingly making more money. Now, probably not to a surprise, and people know this, Canada is a huge producer of natural resources, such as, and now let's talk about carbons. We're talking about oil, gas and coal. Oil you probably already heard, especially Alberta, which is huge in oil production. In fact, Canada is one of the countries with the biggest oil reserves in the whole world. And right now, last year, with the whole issue with Russia and decoupling from Russian oil, especially Europe, well, people need oil and gas still, and they need it next year, and there will be demand in 10 years as well. So for Canada, that means continuous demand, continuously making money with it. Other natural resources that are important for Canada and for the economy in Canada are, of course, natural resources like iron, gold, silver, diamonds, potash, and on and on and on. Canada has almost all minerals that are in the table to provide for all the markets. In fact, there's only one country in the world that has all the minerals that are available, and this is Russia. So we, with the second largest country in the world, we have almost all that we can provide to huge countries like America, China and others. So as long as one economy is doing well, we can make money as well. Now let's talk about tourism. Yes, tourism. I know it sounds weird. People don't really consider tourism when they think about Canada. But yes, Canada has a thriving tourist sector. In fact, a few years ago, Canada was placed 9 in the world for tourism. Well, that has a specific reason, and that is immigration. Many people want to immigrate to Canada. So what they do is they try first to get in with a tourist visa, then with a study visa and so on. And once they're here, they try to find a job and so on and so on. As long as it's legal, no problem with it, right? But this is how also Canada makes more money, because people still continue to come to Canada. And because of all the conflicts and issues that are going on around the world, more and more people want to come to Canada. And this brings me to immigration. Immigration is actually a huge factor in the economy here in Canada. People just don't realize it. First of all, when immigrants are coming to Canada and they have all the legal documents, they have to pay the legal documents first and everything. We need to provide proof that we have enough money to sustain ourselves here in Canada. My family as well. So you have to bring thousands of dollars to Canada. So once you're here, you need to buy or rent a home. You need to buy or rent a car. You need to feed your family, clothe your family for the winter time. If people are coming here and they don't have actually winter clothing, or winter clothing that is not good enough for Canadian winters. So there's a lot of costs involved, but that means profits for Canada because people are buying stuff. And not everyone stays in Canada. Some people decide to go back for whatever reason, but already Canada made money through immigration. Also, very, very important. This is more important, what I like. People are bringing in knowledge, skills and other things to Canada. For example, doctors and nurses. In fact, most people believe that the nurses are coming from like United States and Europe. Not true. A lot of the nurses and doctors are actually from Africa, the Middle East or Asia. So in this way, I wanted to show you why Canada will always be a good place for you and your family, and why Canada will always make money, because we have our eggs in different baskets, not just one. And we are just blessed in Canada with an abundance of natural resources, huge areas for agriculture, a great place to live, great weather, except the winter. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video, it helps me a lot, and I wish you and your family the very best, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.